All of your life is war, a struggle for resources, for dignity, for legacy, for peace. The modern herd pretends otherwise, but the truth prowls the edges of understanding nonetheless. Everything you touch is contested. Everything you build must be defended. You're in competition with the world, with time, with yourself. That tension is not a flaw in existence. It is existence. And over this landscape, fire and darkness fall, hurled down like shattered verdicts from distant gods who care little of the lives crawling below. The sky has never been your ally. Its light blinds as often as it guides. Its storms break far more than they bless. But the old gods have never lived above or below. They dwell between, in the hinge points of reality, in the silence between heartbeats, in the moment before a decision cuts one future from another. They are deities of accountability, duty, and discipline, not gentle, not forgiving. They don't cradle weak men or excuse the ones who hide from their own potential. They speak in expectation, do what must be done, carry what others drop, stand where others bend, become the man the world quietly hopes you'll fail to be. And beneath all things, deeper than memory, deeper than myth, sealed in the crushing black of the abyss, lie leviathans. They do not guide, they do not judge, they test. Their language is pressure, the weight that bears down on you when no one is there to lift it. The darkness that squeezes your resolve until it either fractures or hardens. They measure the scope of your character and the metal of your backbone. They test whether you hold or break. The old gods set the standard. The Leviathans enforce it, and you walk the riven path between them, alone but unbowed, held together by the discipline you've chosen and the scars you've earned. Long before men learned their own names, the first truth was already whispering through the bones of creation. It wasn't meant for us. It wasn't gifted. It was found in the wreckage of a world that didn't care whether humanity rose or perished. The first truth is simple. Everything worth possessing demands a price. It grants nothing freely. It waits for the rare ones willing to carve their names into the world with their own hands. If you want strength, bleed for it. If you want wisdom, break for it. If you want legacy, build it from what Leviathans try to crush. The oath buried in the first truth remains unchanged. Trust, nothing made of flesh, not because flesh is evil, but because flesh is fickle. It bends under pressure, lies to itself, bargains with weakness. Anything born from it carries that same instability. A creed, a throne, a lover's promise, a kingdom's law. Mortals build with trembling hands and call their constructs eternal. But everything they fashion is already dying the moment it takes form. Trust, nothing made of comfort, because comfort has one job: to lull. It whispers shortcuts. Shortcuts rot discipline, and rot wrecks backbone. Comfort-made things are crafted to soothe, not to strengthen. They anesthetize the will, glaze the eyes, and convince the warrior he's already ascended when he hasn't even bled. Flesh builds illusions. Comfort defends them. Neither has your ascent in mind. Trust nothing made of flesh. Trust nothing made of comfort. Trust only what you have forged in darkness, drowned in the shadow of truth. and tempered in your own sacrifice. This is your doctrine, your inheritance. Walk it with character that refuses to kneel.